but it's about time I do.
So, I know we talked on the phone today for the first time since I left, but there's so much more that I want to tell you about this first 6 weeks, about the people that I met and lived with at Manav Sadhana, the people who run the organization, just about finally being in India after imagining and dreaming about my time here, and just getting up in the morning and crossing the street, and rickshaws and cows, and there's just a reality to it that makes me smile, because it's one thing to imagine what you want in your life. It's one thing to think you know what you need, but when that becomes a reality, when we get what we want, it does something, and it checks us, because the reality of having the thing is different and better than dreaming about it. But it is different, and it poses challenges, and it poses realistic boundaries, limitations, events, you know. So at first I just noticed that it was still me there, and immediately the change was inside, because I had finally arrived in India, which I had been dreaming about doing, and at Gandhi Ashram and at Manasadhana. I realized that I felt the same, and that the change would be internal. And for 1 month, I struggled with kind of fluctuating emotions, and I was trying to be present with people. So a lot of the time you are talking to people, randomly things come up, you go get involved in a project, you go do something, a group of kids wants to play cricket with you, it's a birthday party all of a sudden, and you're going to go to someone's house. So there's kind of this test of like just being open to whatever's happening, and not needing so much, for me, needing so much to have time for myself. I'm still working with that, and wondering on one level, like, why do I feel this desire to have time to myself, and also where is the real work getting done? Because now that I'm here in Goa with time to myself, I can see very, very clearly that the work at Manav Sadhana and the constant being with people, talking, and there's the language barrier, so a lot of the conversations are at this kind of superficial level, even though there's a deep understanding going on. The actual conversation is somewhat superficial, so it's a bit challenging to have to constantly be meeting people and asking them how they are, constantly being, re-meeting the same people. How are you? How are you? Good, good. And then it's just kind of, it was draining me. But now I see that being with other people, being in relationships, um, having time for random needs of other people, conversations, um, errands to be run, whatever it may be, it's very good to feel and even to cultivate that openness to give your time and willingness to just give your time.